Today we are talking about our beautiful minds, how to love them with confidence. We are celebrating Psychology Week, which is so appropriate because psychology very much involves the aspect of the mind and how to understand it, how to appreciate our minds, how to love our minds, and how to nurture our minds in order to help us choose behaviors that are in line with our goals, our values, our vision, our mission. Stay tuned. Welcome to the podcast, Empowered by Design. I am your host, Dr. Liz, a hopeful romantic, mom of two beautiful souls, and partner to the love of my life. As a licensed psychologist, I love helping people heal, grow, and shine. I am a love and relationship specialist and owner of Visionistas by Design Wellness Boutique, where we lead with love and empower you to fly. This podcast delivers inspirational stories, conversations, and lessons on the power of tuning in body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. Following your intuition, seeing the signs, and listening to the whispers from angels. To pursue your dreams in life, work, and love with intentional vision. Share the love, spread the power. Dream, design, deliver. Welcome to podcast episode 112. I am so excited to be here. I am Dr. Liz. I am your host. This episode is a solo episode with me. We are going to be talking about loving our minds with confidence. It is Psychology Week. If you are listening the week of the end of April in 2023 in the United States, this is designated Psychology Week. I am a psychologist, so of course I'm celebrating. I love celebrating. I find lots of different things to celebrate. And so I thank you. Thank you for joining me and for celebrating with me. There's so many applications to psychology in our world and in our lives, and we are going to be talking about some of those today, specifically related to how we appreciate and love our minds, our beautiful, complex minds, and the importance of doing so that will help us feel better, live better, do better, be happy and joyful, and feel balanced. We are continuing the season 5 theme, the season 5 series of love with confidence. So we love here at Visionistas by Design. We are love and relationship specialists. We help you accomplish your goals, remove the blocks to your success in life, work, and love. All of those things are so important in helping us feel a sense of satisfaction and purpose in life. And so you know that if you've been here before, you know we talk a lot about body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. So for season 5, we are talking about each one of those aspects, each dimension, each realm of our experience, our energy, and how to really love it and fit it into a foundation of trust, confidence in ourselves and in our relationships and beyond. Whatever that means for you, this is an invitation for you to take the information that you hear, that you are hearing here, and fit it in with your personal values, your personal mission, goals, passion, purpose, your personal vision. So you also will hear me say values, mission, vision a lot, because when we base our behaviors, our actions, our decisions on those things, what do I value? What do I value right now? Where did that come from? What is my mission? What are my goals? What is my passion and purpose in this life? And where am I going? What is my vision? What am I working towards? When you have a clear picture of those things, and sometimes they're clearer than others, believe me, we work towards that. When you have a clear articulation, a clear picture of your values, your mission, and your vision, it can be so helpful to just align your energy, body, mind, heart, soul, spirit, and your behaviors with those things, your values, your mission, and your vision. So today we are focusing on loving that beautiful mind of ours. And that is very appropriate for this celebration of Psychology Week. I am a psychologist. I love, 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 love my job. It is something that I am 100%, beyond 100% grateful for, is that I love my work so very much. And there's so much opportunity in the field of psychology to be passionate about work. So there's lots of different kinds of jobs that you can find in the realm of psychology: counseling psychology, clinical psychology, forensic, social, occupational. There's tons and tons of things that psychology is helping us to understand behavior, right? And so it's really the foundation, really the basis for what we do in our lives, in our work, career, business, and in our love and relationships. Whew. In this season 5, I will invite you, if you have not yet done so, to go back and listen to episode 101, which was Love with Confidence. I will link these links that I talk about. I will link them in the show notes. And that was the kickoff to really getting us set for this season with that theme of loving with confidence. And in that episode, I discussed major contributors to our mission here at Visionistas, my personal mission, my career mission of leading with love, basing my professional, my personal, my relational behaviors on my values. And I've talked about core values and ours here. And then also the psychological proactive approach to promoting health and wellness from a holistic perspective, recognizing that there is not just one way, that we are doing it in our way, and that it's so much fun to learn and grow and shine and incorporate aspects of other disciplines and other approaches and other cultures and other perspectives into making this life as wonderfully beautiful and like a rainbow, a rainbow of sorts. So we use Maslow's hierarchy of needs. These are a couple of things that are really foundational in informing our work here with our clients, whether that's mental health, whether that's coaching, whether that's in relationship coaching, workshops that we deliver. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So you may be familiar with that, like fulfilling our needs at the basic level and then working our way up to self-actualization. Our spiritual and energy chakra system. So recognizing we have these spiritual areas in our bodies, but in our bodies spiritually and physically, that hold energy. And when we work to balance them and balance the flow of energy, we feel more balanced, more joyful, more fulfilled in our lives. We use SAMHSA's wellness dimensions. So there are 8 dimensions of wellness in SAMHSA's model. Again, I will invite you to go back to that episode and really hear some of these foundational things. So things like occupational wellness and relational wellness, emotional wellness, financial wellness, physical, right? There are lots of different ways to feel well. And we kind of pull them apart, similarly to how we do with body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit, to look at them and identify them separately, recognizing the overlap and intricate nature of how they influence one another with reciprocity and energy. We also talk about personality, and one of my foundations for personality was the 5-factor model for personality. And recently, if you've been anywhere around here on the podcast, on social media, on our email list, then you know that I've been doing a lot of work with my friend Angie, who is an Enneagram coach. The Enneagram personality typing system is another resource, another tool that helps us to understand ourselves and our personality, that also incorporates not only psychology and science and research, but the aspect of spirituality in a way that is so refreshing for me, and that added a component that was not 100% present or a focus of study when I was in my graduate program. It was there, but it was not one of the things that I remember latching onto or that was highlighted. And so for me, it was so wonderful to be connected with Angie and her work with the Enneagram. You can find more out about that at the Empowered Biz page on my website, drliz.com. Empowered Biz. Angie and I have collaborated on an amazing program that helps you to learn about your personality, using the Enneagram, using your energy, and then applying it to your business goals, your career goals, helping you get to that next level, helping you make more money, helping you remove the blocks to your success and use your superpowers to achieve your vision, your goals, and your dreams. So lots of things that are important for me to note and tell you. These are foundational things. I've talked about them in other episodes, and invite you to go back and listen to episode 101, episode 110. That is the one that I recently did with Angie, and you hear all about what is the Enneagram. If you don't even know what it is, that's okay, because we tell you. Angie tells you, actually. And then you can and then if you do know what the Enneagram is and you love the Enneagram, there's stuff for you there as well. We already covered the Love Your Body with Confidence. That was episode 107, where we really talked about how we are in relationship with our bodies. We are in relationship with our minds, with our hearts, with our souls and spirits. And when we recognize how we relate to each one of those realms of energy, we can use the information to know ourselves better, trust ourselves better, love ourselves better, and all of that, of course, contributes to increased confidence. And when we think about loving ourselves, I invite you to check in right now. We're going to do a little energy inventory. I do that for myself to really help myself slow down and be present in this moment. Take that breath and check in with yourself. Check in with your body. What is happening in your body? Sensations, pleasure, pain, comfort, discomfort, hunger, thirst. Your mind. We're going to get into mind really in depth today, but what are your thoughts? What's going through your mind? What's coming into your realm of awareness? Your emotions, so your heart, that symbolic housing of our emotions. What are you carrying with you today energetically in an emotional way? Check in with your soul, your identity, who you are at your core. I always put my hand right at my solar plexus, my belly area, right above that, in between my rib cage and my belly, and really think of that being the center, that soul area. Our beliefs about ourselves and the world and how we fit into that universe. And spirit. So spirit is that energy that we carry within us physically that extends beyond us spiritually. Can't always see it. And connects us with ourselves, with others who we are in relationship with, and beyond, with the universe, with God, with your source, with your connection to divinity. And breathe. So today we are talking about how to nurture and love your mind with confidence. Love your mind with confidence. Again, psychology is the scientific study of mind and behavior, and it incorporates emotions and feelings and beliefs which connect you with your soul and your spirit as well. So all of these realms, that is the foundation of my work and what I bring to you consistently over and over in this podcast is helping you to understand your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, and your spirit. When we are focusing on the mind, it's so important to appreciate, similar to the body, that there are certain aspects of the mind that are universal, right? We have organs and we have things that are all that connect us and say, okay, I have a heart in my body, I have skin, I have fingernails in my body physically, I have sensations. And then, of course, in the body, there are unique designs and makeups, and we're all unique and just beautiful in our own ways. That is the same with the mind. We have similar experiences of how our minds are made up, where our thoughts come from, the processes, the content, where our awareness and focus is in each moment, and how our minds, our brains work, our minds incorporate not only the brain, but the body and the heart and the soul and the spirit. That's why it's like so complex, but that they are so unique. And that when we can recognize, okay, this is how my mind works, but it might not be how yours works or hers works or his works or theirs work. And so we have to recognize and appreciate our minds and know it, right? Work on self-awareness. When you know yourself better, you're going to do better. And also appreciate the complexity and that rainbow of how other people's minds work. So really simply, to kind of break it down, when we think of our mind, we think of thoughts, ideas, cognitions that come through our mind. A thought can be really quick and we may not have much control over the thought that pops into our mind. It's like, whoa, where did that come from? We surprise ourselves sometimes and sometimes not. And really, it's allowing yourself to pay attention to the thoughts that come in and try to do that without judgment, right? So that's bringing in an aspect of mindfulness, of really recognizing, just labeling what the thought is and not judging it. Because usually it's the judgment, the emotion or the judgment around the thought that causes the conflict that can be a struggle. So when we think about the mind, it's our thoughts, the content of our thoughts, and the process of how our thoughts show up for us. We can focus our thoughts right here and now in this moment. So right now, as I'm talking to you, I am thinking about, I have my outline in front of me and I'm thinking about this present moment. But every now and then my mind takes me somewhere else, like, oh, I wonder how that sounded. I wonder where that came from. Or, oh yeah, I forgot I have to throw that load of laundry in, or I have to text my husband about this or that, right? So our minds, depending on your own unique mind, can take us away from the present moment. When you're with yourself, when you're with others, when you're at work, when you're at school, when you're driving. Driving is an interesting one where our minds can be focused on the present moment, right? Putting our car into gear and paying attention to the traffic signals and the boundaries and the other cars on the road. And that also, if you're like me, your mind tends to wander when you're driving. Even if you're listening to the radio or listening to a podcast, your mind takes you away from the present moment on some level. You're still there, kind of on autopilot, but your mind takes you up into the thinking part of it. And when you are when you notice that your mind takes you away from the present moment on some level, it can take you to the past, thinking about things that have happened in the past, whether that is 2 minutes ago, 20 years ago, 2 hours ago, but our minds have this beautiful ability to think about and reflect on the past. Remembering with nostalgia sometimes, with regret sometimes, but thinking about things that have happened before. Those are the at the base of that, thoughts about the past. Our mind can also take us to thoughts regarding the future. So we plan, we think of our to-do list, we think of, ooh, what if this, what if that? With different contexts, different evaluations, different judgments of emotion. That could be emotional, could be spiritual, could be, ooh, is that in line with my goals? Is that in line with my values? But we have the capacity, our minds have the capacity to think about the future in a planful way, sometimes in a worrying way, but that is another capacity of the mind. So we have right now in this moment, we have the past, we have the future, and we have an imaginary, creative, intuitive, spiritual realm of the mind that takes us to this fantasy place. This is my favorite. This is my favorite part of the mind. I'm learning more and more about that in my work with Angie. One of the statements I'll never forget saying to her, and she was like, "Oh, you're an Enneagram Type 4," is I could live in my imagination. I love to be in that realm of imagination and creativity and connecting with things that just feel sometimes beyond the realm of reason. I'm logic at times. Some would in my life would be like, Liz, get out of the clouds, come back down to this earth. And it's true. So I do love to, you know me and my tangents and my tangent tablet that I usually have with me. Whew, that's the fun playground of the mind, the imagination. So we have all of those realms of the mind, and I invite you now, as you listen, to do an energy inventory, check in with yourself. What do you know about your own mind? What do you love about your own mind? Do you go to the past? Do you go to the future? Do you stay present? Do you love your imagination as much as I love mine? And love connecting with other people in these areas. Love sitting and chatting about this. Remember that time we went to the beach and this happened? Remember this funny memory when we just old Betsy, that's what came in my mind. We used to have a car, a big orange station wagon in my family, and my dad named her Old Betsy. That's just what we called her. That, for some reason, popped in my mind at that time. That's my brain. Do you love planning the future and talking about your dreams and your goals and your vision with people? Do you love talking about imaginary, creative, what about this and let's envision that with people? Do you love being present with people and saying, in this moment, I'm experiencing this. I'm experiencing, I have this headache, or I have this little excitement, butterflies in my stomach. I am loving the color of these walls that we just painted. Every single one of these examples is a gift for you personally and when you are in connection with other people. Taking a breath, check in with that energy, your thoughts, your images, your memories, and then invite you to come back to the present moment, because that can be a challenge for some of us. Wherever your mind tends to go, whether it's to your imagination, whether it's worry about the future, excitement about the future, or something that happened in your past that you just can't get out of, you feel stuck there. Recognizing where your mind goes is so important. When that happens and you feel stuck, it's typically because there's some kind of judgment, evaluation on the thought. I'm going to say that again. Typically, when you get stuck somewhere in your mind, It's a judgment, evaluation, right? When I'm saying like, I love my imagination, it's fun. I love it. And sometimes it's disconnecting, right? People are like, hey, Liz, come back and sit with me here right now. Okay, yes, that's what I need to do, right? It can be fun. It can be positive. It can be not so positive, right? If you're worried and you're stuck in this worry, this what if, this imagining the worst case scenario, that can be not so healthy, especially if you're stuck there. Is it adaptive at times? Absolutely. We have to plan, and it's helpful to navigate what could be the hurdles, what could be the things that don't go according to plan, and what would be a plan B. If we think to the past, that can be positive, like, oh, I love remembering this. Or it can be like, oh, that was not a good time. That was traumatic. That was a tragedy. There was a lot of grief and sadness there. Again, breathe. And come back to this present moment. The breath is such a powerful tool to help ground us to our present moment. Also senses, right? So I just heard a noise outside of my window. I'm sitting in my office and there are the chimes. So I don't know if you can hear them. You might be able to. The things that also pull us back to the present moment are our senses. So listening, hearing things, seeing things, touching things, feeling things, eating things, tasting things, smelling. Using our senses helps as a tool and a strategy if we need to come out of an aspect of our mind that has taken us out of the present moment. All of these things, as I'm talking, are tools and strategies to help you love your mind and love it with confidence, because you are getting to know it better. Confidence increases when there is trust, when there is knowledge, when we have awareness. We can be confident in it. Aspects of our mind unite us. Having understanding, having appreciation, having perspective, having respect for our own minds, and again, all of those things of others, connecting, finding meaningful connection with others, and respecting the beautiful uniqueness, as well as those things that connect us and unite us together. How it's helpful to know your mind. You hear me talk about how we at Visionistas help you be the best version of yourself, accomplish your goals, remove the blocks to your success in life, work, and love. And we have services and tools and resources for all of those areas. So how it can be helpful to use your mind and love your mind and know your mind and be confident and trusting of your mind in your life. It helps to understand what are the motivations behind behavior, my behavior, other people's behavior. Our minds can help us avoid or pursue our goals, avoid discomfort, pursue things that we are desiring of, right? In line with our values, in line with our mission, in line with our vision. It's helpful to know your mind to help you with your career, your work, your job, your hobbies, your passion projects, whether you're getting paid for it and you're working at a job, or if this is something that you love to do and it feels good for you and brings you joy, brings you pleasure in that occupational kind of wellness way, job or no job, right? There are things that we do, that we carry out in our lives that are in that realm of feeling good and a sense of mastery, regardless of the exchange of energy, whether that's time, whether that's money, whether that's appreciation, whether that's services. When we are engaging in action, we are exchanging energy. We are exchanging energy in our own systems personally. We are exchanging energy with others, but we are all connected in that relational way. Knowing your mind, loving your mind, being confident and trusting of your mind can help you perform at your optimal level. Oh, yes. When stress is moderate, there's not too much of it, there's not too little of it. When we're kind of hovering in the middle, it means something's important to us. So we're going to prepare for that meeting. We're going to study for that exam. We're going to plan for that conversation, that project, that launch. We're going to do the behind the scenes stuff, even if it's boring and tedious, so that we perform at our optimal level. When stress is in that moderate range, performance is at its highest. Knowing our minds and loving them with confidence helps us feel satisfied in the work that we do, career-wise, job-wise, gardening, whatever project that it is that you are devoting time and energy to in an occupational kind of way. Knowing your mind, understanding how your mind works, and then planning around it, making informed, intentional action and decisions around the motivations for your behavior in line with your values, in line with your mission and vision, helps you to feel fulfilled and satisfied, and helps you to be successful in your goals, in accomplishing your goals. When you know them, when you have them, when they are clear, helps you feel better. So life, work, and of course, love. We love to feel connected and a sense of belonging. And again, that is unique according to who you are. When I think about the fun love formula and those rings, you've heard me talk about them before, those 3 rings that we can use when we're evaluating, looking at, exploring a relationship with another person or with another being or entity, whether that's your body or your mind. There's space for all 3 things. My space, your space, our space together. And those rings can move in and out so that we recognize the importance of having space for ourselves, but also being in connection with others. And that, again, is unique to you, your personality, and your relationship style. Taking a breath, allowing myself to check in with the energy as we're talking. Love can be familial, romantic, intimate, friendship love, right? There's lots of different kinds of love and connection. And it's important to be able to appreciate how your mind governs, affects, influences the way that you show up and the way that you feel in your life, your work, and your love. I love to bring you these tools and strategies in line with psychology. That is my foundation as a psychologist. So celebrating this beautiful week of Psychology Week and talking about that formula of removing things that we don't want, removing the stress, removing the blocks to that which we are desiring to achieve. If you're desiring to feel happiness, it can be helpful to decrease the sadness, right? It's not that one is better than the other, although, okay, we'd rather feel happy, right? In general than sad. But when we evaluate it and say sadness is bad, then we get stuck, right? So being able to attend to the blocks, the hurdles, whether it's an emotion like sadness or whether it's a belief like, oh, I don't deserve this, or no one wants to hear this, or whatever the belief is, right? That's unique to you. That will come up. The more that you are able to do the energy inventory and check in with yourself, body, mind, heart, soul, spirit, you're able to identify your thoughts, your beliefs, your physical sensations, your emotions. Removing those blocks makes room for your goals, your vision, that which you desire. It is a process. It doesn't just happen like that. That's why we come back to these same kinds of formulas each time. Removing the blocks, decreasing the stress, making room for satisfaction. and balance and peace and joy in our lives and love. So we love to help you. We love to help you with this at whatever level you are at. We have services for life, we have services for work, we have services for love to help you remove those blocks, to boost your confidence and trust and love in yourself. On our website, visionistasbydesign.com and drliz.com. I'm going to talk first about the life. We have a mental health tune-up. We also call it the self-love makeover. You can find that at drliz.com/resources. We have lots of resources there for you outlined. There's links to them. There are links to programs. We love offering that mental health tune-up. You just give us your email address and we give you a couple of days of resources to go through each one of these aspects: body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit, to help you articulate and understand, explore more about what that means to you. We have lots and lots of resources here for you. So that self-love makeover, the mental health tune-up, that is free. When you are aspiring to boost your confidence in work using that beautiful mind of yours, we have resources that you can find at drliz.com, Empowered Biz. We have the Refreshing You Energy and Confidence consultation with me, where we sit down together and we do a more in-depth energy inventory and energy reading. We talk about your confidence. We do an assessment of where are you feeling in your confidence right now? Where do you want to be? And here are some action steps to get you there. Oh, I love that. You already heard me talk about the Empowered Biz program that I created in collaboration with my friend Angie, learning about your personality, using the Enneagram, and using that knowledge and increased self-awareness to remove the blocks to your success in your job, your business, your career, in your occupational realm of wellness, especially if you are a business owner, a leader. You are wanting to be a business owner, you are wanting to be a leader wherever you are in your department, in your team, or you already are and you want to be better at it, be stronger, perform at your optimal level. Even if you're not technically working, you may be retired, you may not find yourself in a job situation right now, but you are engaged in some kind of meaningful, purposeful action in life, this program can be helpful for you. Check it out, Empowered Biz. And of course, love. So we have the Fun Love Formula, which you heard me refer already to. There's a download. So if you're like me and you like to see these images on the screen or hold it in your hand on a piece of paper, there is a free download where you can learn more about that Fun Love Formula, how to apply it in your life, in your relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, your relationship to the beyond. The Fun Love Formula is there for you. You can also have a Visions of Love energy consultation where, again, you're with me one-on-one or two-on-one if you're bringing someone you love and you want to do that together. We have that option for you. And we have a self-directed dream date program that, again, helps you explore your values, your mission, your vision in your love. Your love relationship can be with your partner currently, or a hopeful partner, a hopeful relationship. We have had wonderful success in helping people use that formula. Check out those resources. You have heard a few different strategies and tools explicitly stated here in this episode. I encourage you also to recognize and trust that there are implicit messages here that come from your intuition, that come from the way that you process your thoughts and connect what you're hearing here today with your values, with your vision, with your mission, and with what other things you are digesting and listening to and reading in your life and how they come together to provide meaning and significance in your life. We're going to end today's episode talking about mantras. So a mantra comes from the Sanskrit language meaning sacred sound. I'm going to link an article in the show notes. This is coming straight from WebMD to help us understand and help me to explain to you what mantra means and how a mantra can be helpful. Mantras can act as a tool to ease your mind, to bring a sense of peace and calm. It can be a collection of sounds. It can be words. It can be done out loud. Mantras can be done inside of your head. But I'm going to pause and allow you to think about your experience with mantras, if you have a favorite mantra, to call that into your mind. Mantras are also connected to a spirit, a spiritual practice. It does not have to be bound to or restricted by religion or certain denominations. They are universal. Mantras can be universal. And I invite you to come to this with an open mind and think about how you have encountered mantras before, even if the word mantra is not as familiar to you. But they can be prayers, they can be words, they can be songs that you sing or that you chant, or music that bring you a sense of peace, calm, ease. We are talking about them really in that spirit of connecting to the present moment in our mind. Mantra meditation, so kind of using a repetitive mantra to connect yourself to the present moment, can be helpful for your health, can bring relaxation, bringing calm, kind of get you out of the clouds, so to speak, whether that's the cloud of imagination or a cloud that you're stuck in something that's not so healthy. It maybe started out healthy, but you're recognizing, ooh, when I'm stuck there, it's not so great for me. I'm out of balance and it's bringing me down. Bringing yourself back to the present moment. It can help distract us sometimes from thoughts and worries that make us feel anxious or fearful. Can help us to reduce stress, help us prevent and maybe be proactively engaged in preventing burnout. Mantra meditation can also help us connect to divinity, God, source, the universe, whatever that is for you. It can help us improve focus and concentration in whatever pursuit we are doing. If you have a mantra, I'd love for you to let me know. DM me on Instagram at Dr. Liz. Tell me your favorite mantra. You may have heard of the mantra Om. That is a very popular one that is used. And there are lots of mantras out there. So again, I'm going to link that into the show notes. I love sometimes to have a phrase, something like, be here now, or you can say that in your head. Be present, be here now. I am present. I am enough. I am worthy. I love you. You are loved. I invite you to do a little bit of exploration for yourself. Try out one of the ones you heard here. Research other ones that may be helpful for you. There are many, many, many out there to choose from. but mantras can be used to help you feel connected to yourself, to your body, to your mind, to your heart, to your soul, to your spirit, to your purpose, to your passion, and beyond. Mantras can also help us to generate excitement and energy, right? So they can be calming, but they can also bring energy to us when we need energy, right? You got this. Positive vibes, good luck, different things like that, that we can use to anchor us to our values, our mission, and our vision. We can send that positive energy out into the universe, into the realm of connection with others, and hold it for ourselves as well. I invite you to share this episode, and I ask for you to also give us a rating of 5 stars on whatever platform you are listening to. That really, really helps us spread the love and share the power. The more people out there that are listening, the more that we can lift the energy up and bring a sense of confidence and a sense of trust and a sense of appreciation for ourselves in relationship with ourselves, for ourselves in relationship with other people, in relationship with the people in our lives and the people in this world as a collection of humanity. Love your mind with confidence. Oh, thank you so much for listening. Again, check out the links in the show notes for the things that I referenced, and let me know your mantra. I would love to learn a new one. I truly, truly hope this helped you today. I hope that you took at least one little golden nugget out of this episode. I hope you took a few, and that you will use it to help yourself and others in loving your mind with confidence. I cannot wait to connect with you again next time. Take care. Thank you for connecting on this episode of the podcast, Empowered by Design. For further connection, subscribe to my email list at drliz.com to be sure that you are in the loop for exciting news, events, and resources. You can also follow me on social media at Dr. Liz and at Visionistas by Design. I invite you to subscribe to this podcast and send this episode to one of your people in order to share the love, spread the power. This podcast is designed to inspire, educate, and empower you to pursue your dreams with intentional vision. This podcast is not meant to be a substitute for psychological treatment or a working relationship with a licensed mental health professional. For more information on connecting with mental health resources in your area, visit drliz.com and click on resources. Thank you again for connecting, and remember, trust the heart, work your vision, dream, design, deliver.